3 years on from his €100 million move to Juventus, the sixth most expensive transfer in history at the time, Cristiano Ronaldo is at another crossroads. With just a year remaining on his contract in Turin, speculation is growing that the Portuguese maestro could leave Italy this summer, with his employers facing financial strain in the wake of the global pandemic. Between July 2019 and June 2020, Juve reported a loss of €71.4 million, while in the first half of the current financial year alone, their losses stand at €113.7 million. A recent study by Deloitte, meanwhile, found the Bianconeri's matchday revenue had decreased by 36%, the biggest drop-off experienced by any of the world's 20 richest clubs. Getting Ronaldo's €31 million a year salary off the wage bill would obviously go some way towards mending these problems, while the club are no doubt keen to get a transfer fee should he leave, with the reports suggesting he could be sold for as little as €25 million. But at 36, where could Ronaldo's career take him next? Let's find out. Before we speculate on who may want Ronaldo, it's important to first discuss why Juventus signed him in 2018. At the time, their motive seemed pretty clear: European success. The Italian giant had reached 2 of the previous 4 Champions League finals, coming up short on both occasions, and had also been knocked out by Real Madrid in that year's quarter-final thanks to a stoppage time penalty from Ronaldo. In their previous 3 meetings with Los Blancos, including the 2017 final, CR7 had scored 5 times, and in total netted 60 times in the UCL knockouts up to that point. But while he has scored a very respectable 7 goals for Juve in the latter stages since, it hasn't been enough to see them make strides in the competition, failing to make even the quarter-finals in the last 2 years. In this sense, the gamble they took on signing him has not paid off. However, he did fire a declining Juve side to 2 Serie A titles, and in 2020 broke the club record for most goals in a single season with 37 in all competitions. And beyond that, he's been a roaring success for the club commercially. Since Ronaldo joined, Juve's Instagram followers have multiplied almost 5 times, from 9.8 million to 47.9 million. By comparison, Man United, generally considered one of the 3 biggest clubs in the world alongside Real Madrid and Barcelona, saw their followers grow less than double between 2017 and 2021, from 20 million to 39.9 million. And this has been a trend for the club across the online spectrum. The latest Deloitte Money League report found that United, Real and Barca are the only clubs to have more social media followers than Juventus, meaning they have more than the last 2 Champions League winners Bayern Munich and Liverpool, as well as PSG, arguably the most brand-conscious club in Europe right now. Compare this to 2018, when the Bianconeri ranked 8th among the top clubs for followers across Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and commercial activity made up just 28% of their total revenue, and it's clear what effect signing Ronaldo has had. In the year before the pandemic, 41% of the club's total revenue was commercial, rising to almost half after stadiums were closed. While they may still lag behind other super clubs in the revenue stakes, they've built up their global fan base in a way which can secure greater growth in the long run. So it's no surprise that Ronaldo is still being linked with elite clubs, as even while he doesn't offer resale value at 36, the Portuguese star still promises commercial success. This is perhaps why PSG, a club who have experienced more growth than any other club in Europe over the last decade, are apparently keen on signing him. As recently as 2012, the French giants were generating less revenue than Sunderland, Stuttgart and Aston Villa, but by 2015 had cemented themselves among the top 5 most lucrative clubs in Europe, having boosted their global image with signings like David Beckham and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. More recently, of course, Neymar and Mbappe have taken this image to the next level. Their collaboration with the Jordan brand in 2018, a year after the signing of Neymar, who had been the subject of Jordan's first foray into the footballing market with his own collaboration back in 2016, saw their shirt sales rise by 470% in the US, hitting 1 million globally for the first time ever and leading to an €80 million a year contract extension with Nike, which lasts until 2032. A Nike athlete himself, Ronaldo became the first footballer to sign a lifetime deal with the manufacturer in 2016, worth a reported $1 billion. That same year, a study found the then Real Madrid star had boosted the company's value by $474 million across 12 months through his social media posts alone. So in many ways, a move to PSG would be a match made in heaven for the sports brand and Ronaldo. With Les Parisiens having built their own Galactico project over the years, Ronaldo would also be a good fit, especially with the club still yet to win the Champions League, a feat they now look a lot closer to achieving than 3 or 4 years ago. And with Mbappe's future still in the balance, there may come a time soon when they need extra firepower up top. However, with reports that the French champions are also plotting to reunite Neymar and Lionel Messi at the Parc des Princes, a move to Paris for Ronaldo would surely be scuppered if his Argentinian rival ends up there. While at Real Madrid, CR7 was often linked with a move back to Manchester United, and since signing for Juve, a return to the Bernabeu has also been mooted. As early as March 2019, less than a year after he left the Spanish capital, Ronaldo's name was brought up in Real press conferences, with manager Zinedine Zidane, who had never been keen on selling him in the first place, continually refusing to rule out a move for his former acolyte. 2 years later, and the Madrid coach has been quoted as saying that rumours linking Ronaldo with a return to Spain may be true, while transfer guru Fabrizio Romano has stated that the player dreams of a return to Real Madrid. A hugely important figure in the club's modern history, the forward has always been tipped to return to the Bernabeu in some capacity, with Florentino Perez seeing him as the natural heir to Alfredo Di Stefano, who managed the club twice and served as its honorary president between the year 2000 and his death in 2014. And with the Spanish giants having failed to effectively replace him since he left, a cut-price move for their all-time top scorer may represent a good short-term fix, especially if they are unable to afford Mbappe or Haaland. The aforementioned Man United also remain an option. The English side's ownership have prioritised commercial success over trophies in recent years, continually ranking among the highest grossing clubs in Europe despite failing to qualify for the Champions League on a number of occasions. And with their own struggles in the centre-forward position of late, re-signing Ronaldo could solve a problem on the pitch as well as boosting their trade off it. And in sport, there are few things quite as compelling as a comeback story. If CR7 feels there is unfinished business in Madrid or Manchester, both clubs would surely welcome him at the right price. As is the case for any ageing football superstar, the US is also a big possibility for Ronaldo. And from a brand perspective, moving to the MLS is almost always a winner. David Beckham's move to LA Galaxy in 2007 was groundbreaking for both the league and the player, with a number of stars following in the Englishman's footsteps in later years, and Beckham himself landing a cut-price deal to start his own MLS franchise as part of his contract, which he has now of course taken advantage of. It may be too late for Ronaldo to get a deal that good in the States, but the commercial power he offers makes him hot property for any of the country's top clubs. And Beckham's Inter Miami may be his most likely destination, having been linked with both Ronaldo and Messi in the past, with the club president recently stating, "Those are the type of players that we aspire to bring to our club." Beckham's own superstar profile, as well as the fact that he'd be linking up with former Juve teammates Gonzalo Higuain and Blaise Matuidi and managed by former Man United teammate Phil Neville, may also appeal to him. Miami as a city may suit Ronaldo too. It's warm throughout the year, caters easily to rich lifestyles, and 63% of its population are native Spanish speakers, a language Ronaldo is fluent in from his 9 years in Madrid. The fanfare that would greet such a move would be immense, and CR7 would no doubt like the idea of bringing the greatest player to ever set foot in the MLS. Bringing his brand directly to the US could be a good business move for him in the long run. But the main sticking point would probably be wages. Higuain is the highest paid player in the MLS right now, earning a reported $8.8 million a year, far lower than what Ronaldo is currently on. Inter Miami are also only a year into their on-field journey, and may not scratch the 36-year-old's competitive itch in the same way a European superpower can. And on the commercial side of things, Ronaldo already has over 500 million social media followers, far more than the population of the US and more than any other person on Earth. In short, moving to the States is hardly essential for his career, and having seen Zlatan Ibrahimovic come back from the MLS and continue his fine form in Europe at 39 years of age, he will likely feel he still has a few years left at the elite level of the game. While it's a move which could eventually happen, it may be too soon for now. So that was our explainer on where Ronaldo could go next, but where do you reckon he'll most likely end up? Do you have any shouts of your own, or do you think he could stay put at Juventus? Let us know in the comments below and we'll do our best to reply. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe to Football Daily if you haven't done so already, and why not stick around by checking out our last explainer on the Benliga. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.